You cut carbs, the scale drops fast, and then nothing. Days pass, maybe weeks, and your weight loss just stalls. That doesn't automatically mean low carbs stopped working. It usually means a hidden driver is canceling out the deficit you thought you had. The tricky part is that these drivers don't feel like overeating. They look like I'm doing everything right. In this breakdown, you'll learn the most common reasons a low-carb plateau happens and how to test each one calmly. We'll start with the biggest misconception: water loss versus fat loss. Then we'll move into energy balance, portion creep, low-carb foods that are easy to overdo, and the role of sleep in stress. We'll also cover exercise changes, protein targets, and why your body sometimes adapts to a new routine. The goal is simple: identify the 1 or 2 levers that matter for you, and stop guessing. Moving to slide 2. The first reason weight loss stops is that the first phase wasn't all fat. When you lower carbs, you usually burn through stored glycogen. Glycogen is stored with water, so when glycogen drops, water drops with it. That can look like dramatic fat loss, but it's mostly fluid. After that initial shift, fat loss tends to move slower and less predictably. You might lose half a pound one week, nothing the next, then another pound. If you weigh daily, normal water swings can hide real progress. Salt intake, soreness from workouts, travel, and even a later dinner can change scale weight without changing body fat. A good reality check is to compare weekly averages, not single weigh-ins. Another check is your waist measurement, because belly circumference often tracks fat loss better than the scale during water fluctuations. So before changing your whole plan, make sure it's a true plateau, meaning no change in weekly average weight and measurements for about 3 to 4 weeks. Moving to slide 3. Once the water shift is over, the main driver becomes simple but easy to miss: energy balance. Low carb can reduce appetite for many people, which makes a calorie deficit easier, but it doesn't remove the need for a deficit. If your portions drift up or your activity drifts down, fat loss can stall even with very low carbs. This is extra common after the honeymoon phase, when hunger slowly returns. It's also common when you feel better and start adding extras: more cheese, more nuts, more sauces, without tracking. The fix is not to obsess over numbers forever. It's to do a short audit. For 7 days, measure the most calorie-dense items: oils, butter, nuts, cheese, cream, and keto snacks. Keep everything else consistent. If the scale starts moving again, you've found the lever. If it doesn't, we keep troubleshooting. The point is to separate carb control from calorie control, because they're related, but not identical. Moving to slide 4. A sneaky plateau driver is carb creep. You're still eating lower carb than before, but higher than you think. The most common sources are sauces, dressings, flavored yogurts, coffee add-ins, and packaged keto products that rely on sugar alcohols or fibers. Labels can be confusing, especially with net carbs. Some people tolerate certain sugar alcohols well, and others don't. Even without a blood sugar spike, these foods can increase cravings, loosen portion control, and raise total calories. Another source is restaurant food. You order low carb, but the cooking fat, blazes, and hidden starches can add up. The practical move is a reset week using mostly single-ingredient foods: meat, eggs, fish, non-starchy vegetables, and a measured amount of added fat. Keep it boring on purpose. If your progress returns, you don't need perfection forever. You just learned which foods make you drift. Moving to slide 5. Even with perfect carbs, low carb can stall if protein is too low. This surprises people because keto culture often emphasizes fat. But protein is the most filling macronutrient for many, and it supports muscle maintenance during weight loss. If protein is low, 2 things can happen. First, you get hungrier and compensate with calorie-dense fats. Second, you may lose more lean mass, which can lower your daily energy needs over time. You don't need extreme protein, but you do want a consistent target. A simple approach is to include a clear protein anchor at each meal, like eggs, fish, poultry, lean meat, or tofu. Then add vegetables and the amount of fat that makes the meal satisfying. If you're tracking, watch for the pattern of tiny protein, lots of added fat. If you're not tracking, use portions. Aim for a palm-sized serving of protein at meals, adjusted for your body size and appetite. Many plateaus break when protein becomes consistent. Moving to slide 6. Another hidden driver is liquid calories. Low-carb drinks can still carry a lot of energy. Think heavy cream in coffee, bulletproof-style drinks, alcohol, and even frequent protein shakes. The problem with drinking calories is that they often don't register as fullness the same way chewing food does. So you keep your meals the same, and the drinks become extra. Alcohol adds another layer. It can lower inhibition, increase snacking, and it's energy-dense.
Some people also notice more water retention after drinking, which hides fat loss for several days. If you're stalled, try a clean test. For 2 weeks, keep your food the same, but remove caloric drinks. Stick to water, unsweetened tea, or black coffee. If you want cream, measure it. If you want alcohol, set a clear limit and watch what happens to your weekly average. This isn't moral judgment. It's just identifying a lever that often gets overlooked. Moving to slide 7. Low-carb plateaus also happen when your daily movement drops. This is called NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. It's the calories you burn from walking, standing, fidgeting, and doing chores. When you diet, your body often nudges you to move less without you noticing. You might sit longer, take fewer steps, or feel less spontaneous energy. If you also start doing harder workouts, you can become even more sedentary the rest of the day. The scale stalls, and you assume it's food. A simple fix is to set a movement floor. For example, a consistent daily step goal, or 2 short walks after meals. The point isn't to punish yourself with cardio. It's to restore baseline activity that quietly supports your deficit. Track steps for a week and compare it to when weight loss was happening. If your steps are down by a few thousand per day, that alone can explain the plateau. Moving to slide 8. Stress and sleep are plateau multipliers, not because they break metabolism, but because they change behavior and water balance. When sleep is short, hunger signals tend to rise, and cravings get louder. You also become less patient, which makes it easier to snack or to overdo calorie-dense foods. Stress can push the same pattern, plus it can increase water retention through hormonal shifts. That means you can be losing fat, but the scale refuses to show it for a while. The best approach is to treat sleep like a fat loss tool. Aim for a consistent bedtime and wake time, even on weekends. Keep caffeine earlier in the day if it disrupts sleep. And if stress is high, don't add more restriction. Instead, simplify meals, keep protein steady, and use a short daily decompression habit, like a slow walk or breathing practice. When sleep improves, plateaus often resolve without changing carbs at all. Moving to slide 9. If you started lifting weights or increased training intensity, the scale can stall for a very normal reason: inflammation and glycogen. Strength training creates tiny muscle damage, which your body repairs. That repair process pulls in water. Hard training also increases muscle glycogen storage over time, and glycogen brings water with it. So you can be losing fat while stale weight stays flat. This is why people often say, "I'm smaller but not lighter." The solution is to use the right metric for the phase you're in. If you're training hard, watch waist size, how clothes fit, and progress photos over 4-week blocks. Also look at performance. If strength is going up, while waist is stable or shrinking, you're likely recomposing, losing fat, and gaining or preserving muscle. If the scale is your only measure, you may accidentally cut calories too hard, which can backfire by reducing training quality and daily movement. Moving to slide 10. A lot of low-carb plateaus come from one word: snacking. Low-carb snacks feel harmless because they don't spike carbs, but they can keep insulin and appetite signals from settling between meals, and they can easily add hundreds of calories. Nuts are a classic example. Nut butters too. Cheese sticks, keto cookies, fat bombs. These are small, dense, and easy to eat without noticing. Another issue is taste exposure. The more hyperpalatable your diet becomes, the more your brain wants just a little more, even if carbs are low. A practical strategy is to return to structured meals for a couple of weeks. 2 or 3 meals, no grazing, and each meal has a clear protein anchor and vegetables. If you truly need a snack, make it protein-forward and planned, not random. Many people see the scale move again just by removing the constant trickle of calories. Moving to slide 11. As you lose weight, your maintenance calories usually drop. A smaller body burns less at rest and during movement. That's not a failure, it's basic math. The plateau happens when you keep eating like you did at a higher weight, but your new body needs less.
There's also metabolic adaptation, where energy expenditure can dip a bit beyond what size alone predicts. The practical takeaway is to expect your effective deficit to shrink over time. So you need a small adjustment every so often. That adjustment can be food, movement, or both. Often the least painful change is tightening up added fats and snacks, while keeping protein solid. Another option is adding a consistent walk. You don't need massive changes, you need a measured nudge. If you're losing nothing for a month, you're probably at maintenance. Create a small, sustainable gap, then reassess with weekly averages again. Moving to slide 12. Sometimes the issue isn't fat loss at all. It's digestion and water retention from low-carb changes. Many people cut fruit, beans, and whole grains and fiber drops. That can slow bowel movements and add scale weight, even if body fat is decreasing. Low-carb can also change electrolytes. If sodium is too low, you may feel tired and crave salty foods. If sodium swings up and down, scale weight swings too. The goal is consistency. Include non-starchy vegetables daily, and consider adding fiber-rich low-carb options like chia or ground flax if you tolerate them. Keep sodium intake steady rather than bouncing between extremes. And don't fear water. Dehydration can increase perceived stress and make training feel harder. If constipation is a factor, the scale can look stuck until regularity returns. This is one reason weekly trends beat daily panic. Fix the basics, then recheck the trend. Moving to slide 13. For some people, the plateau is driven by eating windows, not carbs. Intermittent fasting can help by reducing opportunities to eat, but it can also backfire. If you fast longer and then eat very large meals, it's easy to overshoot calories, especially with fatty low-carb foods. Another pattern is compensatory eating. You fast, feel proud, then reward yourself with extra cheese, extra dessert, or bigger portions. The fix is to treat fasting as a structure, not a challenge. Choose an eating window you can repeat and keep meal size predictable. If you're stalled, try the opposite for 2 weeks. Eat 3 structured meals, no fasting, no snacks. If weight loss returns, your fasting pattern was probably leading to overeating. If weight loss doesn't return, fasting wasn't the main driver. Either way, you learned something useful. The best plan is the one you can repeat without rebound behavior. Moving to slide 14. Now let's talk about the medical and medication bucket, because sometimes a plateau is a signal, not a mistake. Thyroid disorders, PCOS, menopause transitions, sleep apnea, and depression can all influence appetite, energy, and water retention. Some medications are also associated with weight changes. That doesn't mean you can't lose weight on low carb. It means the process may require more patience, tighter measurement, or professional support. The key clue is when your plateau comes with other changes: unusual fatigue, hair loss, persistent constipation, swelling, or major mood shifts. Another clue is when your food intake is clearly consistent and modest. Activity is steady, and nothing moves for 6 to 8 weeks. In that case, it's reasonable to discuss it with a clinician and bring data, weekly averages, waist measurements, and a realistic food log. You're not looking for a magic answer. You're looking to rule out hidden constraints. Moving to slide 15. Let's turn all of this into a simple plateau protocol you can actually follow. Step 1. Confirm it's real. Use weekly average weight plus waist measurement for 3 to 4 weeks. Step 2. Run the highest yield audit. Measure oils, nuts, cheese, cream, and snacks for 7 days. Step 3. Remove liquid calories and alcohol for 2 weeks, or at least measure them. Step 4. Set a movement floor, like a consistent step target, and keep training steady. Step 5. Tighten food quality for 1 week, with mostly single-ingredient meals to eliminate carb creep and hyperpalatable triggers. If you do these steps in order, you avoid random changes, and you learn what matters for your body. And if nothing changes after 6 to 8 weeks of consistent data, that's when you consider the health bucket and get support. One last thing, plateaus are normal. The win is turning a stall into a clear experiment instead of a frustration spiral. If you want, leave a comment with your plateau pattern: A, scale stuck but waist shrinking, or B, both stuck. And if this kind of troubleshooting helps, subscribe for more evidence-based nutrition breakdowns. This information is not a substitute for medical advice. Where metabolism follows signals, Learn to control them.